Hey everyone, how's it going? Okay, so I started to do this as another AJ and Hordak review or video. I remember I don't do reviews, right? But video. And as I got into this thing with Doom Center, I realized there's some stuff I just need to address, and I can't do it as those two. I have to do it at a regular rate. So this is Doom Center from Invincible Toys Fist line. I've been interested in this line since it came out, since it was announced. It looks interesting to me. I like the idea of a orcish kind of army being the bad guys. That kind of appeals to me in many levels, from like Bright to just Lord of the Rings kind of stuff. Anyway, the packaging, there's some nice art on it on either side. You get a window in the front, of course. On the back, you do get a nice bio piece. You don't get a whole lot of information out of it, but you get some basics. And then you have the cross sell. I have to be honest, this was the only one I was interested in. I just like the look of this figure. I won't say I'll never buy another, but I will get back to that in just a moment. I really do dig the colors. I mean, it looks really good from the striped shirt on the figure to the camo. Some people would say that highlighted green is too much. I don't think so. I think it's just right, but some people would say that. With accessories, they came in this little box. Obviously, a little bit of a homage to G.I. Joe Classified with their boxes. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe they were. I mean, you never know. But it's not a bad idea. Inside, you have that. Now, the accessories is where we start talking about things. The pulse rifle is pretty sturdy. I'm calling it a pulse rifle. I don't know what it is. The more assault weapon, ooh, that's a little too soft. It's actually bent when it came out. Again, this is something Classified does all the time, and some people say, well, Classified can't afford it. Yes, they can. So there's that. The rest of the accessories, the knife, the knife sheath, the holster, and the gun, and the little pouch, all work pretty well. They're pretty decent. And I was really surprised because the knife sheath and the holster have very small pegs, and I thought, there's no way these are going to hold on to the thigh area there, and it does, no problems. So, yeah, okay, fooled me. The other one is the armor. The armor is just slipping around like crazy. The shoulder pads are supposed to be able to go up out of the way. They don't quite do it the way I think that they should be able to or supposed to. And it gets bunched up. And then the belt on the back never can be buckled. It just keeps popping off. So that's a thing. And, again, it's kind of like, why put the armor over the shoulders to begin with? That's a questionable choice. Because as soon as you do, you got limits in mobility. Maybe they thought they had solved it enough with the moving up on the shoulder pads, but no, not really. Now, another place where this needs to be addressed is the joints are very soft. That's a strange word for me to use. Let me try to describe it. It feels as if they are gummy joints, but they are not. From what I can tell. I mean, usually you can just poke the plastic and be like, oh yeah, gummy joints. These are kind of soft in that they are secure, but they move almost too easy. And that's a weird thing to say. I guess what I'm trying to say is I can tell they're going to be loose. Now, also, the legs are a little loose right around the hips, and the legs jiggle when you shake them. This becomes a big deal too, because when in the times I was picking up and putting the figure back down for this video, his legs would be in completely different positions. I'd have to readjust him, and it got kind of annoying. I don't know. I got a lot of nitpicks on this figure, but Now, and as far as sculpt, I mean, that face sculpt is awesome. I do like that. I like the sculpt overall. That works for me real well. It's nice and it's different and it's cool. The face especially. But the whole thing works. Getting him in dynamic poses, he's going to fall. It happened to me a lot. And you can do it, but it takes work. And I would highly suggest using a battle stand. Preferably a sturdy one. That way you don't lose it. Now, the other thing is, holding accessories is a bit of a chore for this guy. He cannot hold the pulse rifle unless it's tucked under the arm. It cannot be held any other way. I can't, and even then, you got to like tuck it between the arm and the body, and that's what's actually holding it. That the hand is way too open for it. He does better with the assault rifle, but of course that's all bent up. It's just and the knife is okay, but it looks like it's going to fall out, and the pistol, ironically, is probably the best weapon he holds. And of course that has a wider grip, so that's why. For someone who is a shooter, he also has side-to-side hinge instead of up and down. Which, of course, any classified or Action Force collector is going to know you need that up and down to shoulder your weapon. It looks cool. So he can't do that. Now, it sounds like I'm shitting all over the figure, and I'm really not. This is the company's first foray into 6-inch figures, and they used a factory in Colombiana, South. They did use a factory in South America. I don't know much about factories in South America, to be perfectly honest. I don't know what they know about toys, so it becomes a kind of a question mark. Again, there's some questionable choices in design, though. The armor is the big one. I know I'm gonna replace that probably with something from Valiverse. I just am not happy with this armor. I think I could have been just satisfied with the armor if it didn't float all over the place. It's moving around a little too much. As for scale, yeah, he does scale well with Action Force and Classified. I thought he would be a little taller. Of course, he's orcish looking, so that's why. And I thought that would have made him look, stand out a little. So, a little disappointed in that. But honestly, I mean, I have to say, it's still a good figure. I still like it. It's just got a lot of issues. And I will keep an eye on Invincible toys. I'll see if they address these issues. And if they do, I'll give them another chance on the next wave. As it stands right now, I think this is the only one I'm going to get. I'll be perfectly honest, the Doom Trooper, not something that appealed to me. I just don't think it's something I want in my collection. The Fist Trooper is okay, and the character whose name escapes me right now is okay, but knowing what I know from this one figure, and let's face it, the price point, it's at higher willing to pay at echelon for indie companies. And again, I hope I don't sound like I'm shitting all over the figure. I actually do like the figure, but at the same time, it does have a lot of issues that need to be addressed. I am saying that, any company's first foray is going to have some issues, but I will also point out this is a lot of issues. This isn't just one. This is like 2 or 3. It's not like, Savage Crucible had loose ankles or Valiverse had too tight of joints. Yeah, I mean, those were things. But, this is like, can't hold some of his accessories, and the joints are soft, and you get what I'm saying. A couple of them are loose. And yeah, that's like 3 or 4 problems that need to be addressed. So that's a bit different. And there are some design questions too. That armor is the big one. I'm like, why? Why are you doing that? And I'm going to take a look at some reviews because I did try to pop the head off to remove the armor, and it felt like it was going to break. And I'm going to watch some other people's stuff and see if they were able to pop the head off or not. And maybe it's me, maybe I just need to heat it up. But, yeah, it just didn't feel like it was going to go. It felt like it was going to break. So, I'll check that out and then get back. But because I definitely want to change armor, and I'm going to have to pop the head off to change the armor. So, well, not really. I mean, I could just cut it off, but we don't want to go to extreme measures at this point. But yeah, I mean, all in all, I mean, it's okay. It's not something I'm mad that I bought. I do like it, but I would not be able to highly recommend it, if that makes any sense. All right. So, with that information in mind, do what you will. But thank you for watching Infinite Realms. Don't forget to do the YouTube stuffs. And you guys take care, okay?